The objective of this activity is to find the solution of a linear equation by balancing it. Let's see the concept of a linear equation first. A linear equation is any equation which has a degree 1. That means you cannot have x square, x cube, or any other exponent of x apart from x itself. So it will contain only x or x raised to power 1. So these things will not exist in a linear equation. The equations we are talking about are equations in one variable. That means if the equation contains x, it will not contain y, z, and so on. If it contains y, x, z, so on will not exist in the equation. So they are equations in one variable. Let's take an example of x minus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 4 equals 7. As you can see here, this particular equation has x. That means x raised to power 1, and therefore it is a linear equation. And why is it in one variable? Because apart from 1, there is no other variable in the equation. How do you solve linear equations? If you have an equation like 2x plus 7 equals 13 and you want to solve it, then you need to get rid of everything on the left hand side except the variable. So in order to get rid of this plus 7, we will subtract 7 from the left hand side and subtract 7 from the right hand side. So the plus 7 and the minus 7 cancel out, giving you 2x equal to 13 minus 7, which is 6. And now I don't want this 2 also on the left hand side, so I'll divide both sides by 2 like this, and therefore the 2 cancels out, giving you x equal to 6 upon 2, which is 3, as the solution of this linear equation. Different linear equations can be solved using different approach. So in this activity, we are going to use a particular type of approach in solving these linear equations. The material which is required to perform this activity include glazed paper sheets, string, Fevicol, and sketch pens. Let's perform this activity now.
For performing this activity on solving a simple linear equation, you have to make a simple arrangement where you have to use a balance. This is the support and this is the length of the rod, or the simple arrangement through which you can put some weights on the left hand side and on the right hand side and balance the two things. So what have we done here is we have taken a weight. You can take any weight like a cubical block of wood, and consider that this block is of weight x grams, and then you can use marbles, pebbles, or whatever, like you can use stones also, but they have to be of identical shape and size. So you can use pebbles. So one pebble, this weighs say 1 gram. So if you write pebble as 1 gram, then you can see on the left hand side the total weight is x plus 1. Now keep on putting pebbles on the other side of the balance till the time this x plus 1 balances this. And let us suppose that the number of pebbles you put on the right hand side here to balance this is 8. So we have an equation here, x plus 1 equal to 8. But how do you solve it? To get the value of x, remove this one ball or pebble from the left hand side. So obviously this will be lighter than this. So in order to balance this, you have to remove one ball from here also. So remove one from the left hand side, that means remove the ball, and remove one from the right hand side. So you will get plus 1 minus 1, this will balance out, and you will have only x remaining, that means the cubical block remaining on the left hand side. And on the right hand side, if there were 8 pebbles earlier, now you will have only 7 pebbles. And you will notice that the cubical block and the 7 pebbles are still balancing each other. That means x equal to 7 becomes a solution of the initial linear equation, which is x plus 1 equal to 8, and that will complete your activity on solving a linear equation in one variable.